You're standing in Westminster Palace Yard, October 1618. The air bites cold. Fog rolls through like a ghost. Then you see it, the scaffold, fresh timber, and beside it, the axe. The blade catches the light, and for a second, you see your reflection in the steel. The handle is wrapped in leather, darkened by years of blood that never fully washed away. This is England. This is what happens to those accused of treason. But here's what they don't tell you in history books. A condemned person's death in 1618 isn't just execution. It's obliteration. First they hang you, but not until you're dead. Just until you're choking, eyes bulging, legs kicking uselessly at air. Then, they cut you down while you're still conscious. Strip you naked, slice open your belly, reach inside and pull out your intestines hand over hand, and burn them in front of you. While you watch, while you smell your own insides burning, then they castrate you. Hold it up to the crowd. Show it to you. Your heart is still beating. Only then do they take your head. Spike it on London Bridge where the crows will come. Where your eyes will fall out, where your skull will grin at passers-by for years. That's the sentence. That's what Sir Walter Raleigh, explorer, poet, soldier, once the favorite of a queen, was condemned to endure. But here's the twist that should make your blood run cold. That's not the barbaric part. Before I tell you what really happened, if you're as shocked by this as I am, hit that like button right now and subscribe because we're about to uncover historical truths they don't teach in schools. Trust me, you'll want to see where this goes. The barbarism wasn't in the blade. It wasn't in the butchery. It was in the 15 years they made him wait in a cell with a window overlooking the city, where he could see freedom every day, where he could watch his son grow, knowing that boy might wake up to find his father's head displayed. 15 years over 5,000 days. Waking up every morning knowing the sentence still hung over him, but that's still not the worst of it. The worst was the trial that put him there, where he couldn't face his accuser, where the only evidence was a confession from a man who'd already retracted it. And then after 15 years, they gave him one final chance, one impossible task. Find gold in South America. Do it all without angering Spain. Oh, and they told Spain he was coming. They sent him into an ambush. And when Raleigh, sick with fever, had to send someone else inland, he sent his son, his 23-year-old son. That boy died in the mud with a Spanish bullet in his throat. When the expedition returned with nothing but corpses, they dusted off the 15-year-old death sentence. Not because he committed treason, because Spain demanded it. And the ruler was too weak to refuse. In a few minutes, a 66-year-old man is going to walk up those steps. Gray hair, bent back, eyes that have seen his son's corpse, his wife's tears, his fortune stripped away, but is going to walk with his head high, examine the axe blade, and make a joke that will be repeated for 400 years. Then he'll kneel. The executioner will hesitate because even the man whose job it is to kill will realize something is deeply wrong. But Raleigh will urge him on. Strike, man, strike! And here's the detail they always leave out. The first swing won't be clean. The blade will hit bone and stick. The executioner will have to hit him again. When the head finally separates, when the executioner holds it up and shouts, "Behold the head of a traitor," the crowd will stay silent because everyone there will know they didn't just watch a traitor die. They watched England murder one of its greatest men. And if this story is making you rethink everything you thought you knew about history, share this video. More people need to know the truth about what really happened. But we're not there yet. Before we watch that blade fall, we need to understand how it began. The fog is getting thicker. The guards are coming. And that old man in fine clothes is about to teach us something about courage, injustice, and the brutal truth they've been hiding for 400 years. To understand how Walter Raleigh ended up on that scaffold, we need to go back 40 years. Ireland. Raleigh is 26, his nobody, the second son of a minor gentry family. No title, no fortune, no prospects except what he can carve out with a sword. At Smerwick, 600 Italian and Spanish soldiers surrender. They are promised quarter, their lives in exchange for submission. Raleigh doesn't give them quarter. He kills them all. 600 men disarmed, defenseless, begging for mercy, cut down like animals, left to rot as a warning. This is the man who will write poetry about love and loss. This is the man who will charm a queen. But first he has to prove he can be a butcher. And it works. Word reaches London. There's a young officer in Ireland worth watching. Raleigh is summoned to court, and then he sees her. Elizabeth Tudor, 58 years old, virgin queen, most powerful woman in Europe. You've heard the story. The cloak over the puddle, charming the queen, probably fiction. Here's what actually happened. Raleigh could talk. He could perform. He made whoever he spoke to feel fascinating. And Elizabeth, brilliant and lonely, met someone who made her laugh. She was hooked. Within 2 years, Raleigh goes from nobody to the most powerful man in England outside the royal family. 1583, captain of the Queen's Guard. 1585, knighted Sir Walter Raleigh. At 33, she gives him Durham House, a palace worth $200 million today. Monopolies, wine importing, wool exports, his collecting over $3 million a year in modern currency. By 1587, Walter Raleigh is one of the richest men in the kingdom, and everyone hates him because Raleigh flaunts it. Clothes that cost more than most nobles make in a year. Doublets stitched with pearls, shoes with diamond buckles. He builds a retinue of scholars. Thomas Harriot, Christopher Marlowe. They call themselves the School of Knight, a private society dedicated to ideas the church considers dangerous. The rumors start. Raleigh is an atheist. Raleigh practices black magic. An investigation is launched in 1594. It disappears because Elizabeth protects him. He names the first English territory Virginia. After the Virgin Queen, he brings tobacco, brings potatoes, but he doesn't do it for England. He does it for credit, for recognition. This is who Walter Raleigh is. Brilliant, ambitious, arrogant, vicious when necessary, charming when useful, and absolutely convinced of his own invincibility. Because he has Elizabeth, and as long as Elizabeth is alive, no one can touch him, but there are men watching. Robert Cecil, hunched, bitter. He watches Raleigh and promises himself one day. The Howard family, old nobility. They smile at Raleigh. They dine with him and they wait. Robert Devereux, Earl of Essex, Elizabeth's other favorite. He and Raleigh circle each other like wolves, but they all agree. When Elizabeth dies, Raleigh dies with her. Her name is Elizabeth Throckmorton. Bess, one of the Queen's ladies in waiting, and Raleigh can't keep his hands off her. They marry in secret. November 1591. No permission from the Queen. For 5 months, they keep it quiet. May 1592, Bess is pregnant. Visibly pregnant. Someone tells Elizabeth, and Elizabeth loses her mind. She rages through the palace, breaking things, screaming, weeping. Because it's not just about the marriage. It's about the lie, the betrayal. August 7th, 1592. Raleigh and Bess are arrested. Both sent to the Tower. Bess gives birth there. A son, Dameray. The baby dies within weeks, but Raleigh survives. He writes letters of apology so eloquent they make Elizabeth weep. December 1597, he's released. He learned nothing. Within months, he's back at court. His enemies watch. They know Raleigh will take risks. They just need to wait. Essex tries to move too soon. 1601, he attempts a coup. It fails. Essex is beheaded. Raleigh testifies against him and thinks he's safe. March 24th, 1603. Elizabeth dies. The crown passes to James, a distant king from Scotland. A man Raleigh has never met. A man who is terrified of assassination, paranoid about plots, a weak man. Look, if you're realizing history is darker than they taught you, hit that subscribe button right now. It's free, takes 1 second. Or don't, and then explain in the comments why accurate history isn't worth a single click.